Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome into Fitness Fanatics. I am Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. If you guys ever want to join these shows, start a Heyman text line 402-464-5685. We got Jeff and Nicole. They're streaming in remote today. We'll bring them in. Guys, how's it going?
We're doing good.
It's going great. This is our first time with the Fitness Fanatics on the road.
Yep.
So we're pretty excited. I hope I can get some people to do some push-ups later today to try to earn some ticket swag if we get some out here at some point, which I think we will. So we are live from the annual Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show at the Sandhills Global Event Center. Admission at the door is $10 for adults or $8 if you bring a non-perishable food item. Kids under 12 years old get in for free. The show is open today from 10 to 3. So if you're looking for something to do before the Super Bowl, come on out and see us out here at the Sandhills Global Event Center. Hopefully we can see some of our members, our fans, if you want to come and jump on with us. Fans? Oh, yeah. I mean, there's
listeners. Okay,
fans,
I don't think we need to go that far.
Super fans.
Listeners is enough.
I'm expecting there to be a line of people just just outside the door to come meet us.
Okay.
All right. Well, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Harrison, what are your thoughts about the Super Bowl today?
49ers. I think one of the things I was going back, I didn't realize KC's been in 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls.
Geez,
so they're
annoying.
like, I was kind of going back. It's like you obviously understand Kansas City Chiefs, Mahomes, Andy Reid. It's quite the run they've had, but 4 of the last 5. And the last time 49ers were in the Super Bowl, they're playing the Kansas City Chiefs. So a bit of a revenge game here. The odds right now, they're pretty close. It's 49ers. If you want to double down, really think they're going to win, it's about negative 120. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs, they're plus 100. So not a whole lot in Vegas in terms of a blowout. They think it's going to be a pretty close game according to their eyes. I'm thinking the same thing. I gave my score out earlier, but we'll give that for the end there.
So when the Chiefs played the Ravens, I thought the Ravens had the better team, but the Chiefs had the best player and the best coach. And I think that's what's going to happen today also. It's so hard to bet against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid when outside of Tom Brady, Mahomes' only loss in the playoffs is in overtime to Joe Burrow. So tough to bet against him. So I always do the Scott Frost. If I had to put my family, my house, everything on the line and pick a winner, I'm going to take the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, and Andy Reid until I see differently.
Well, that's convenient.
Well,
once the game is started.
Well, no, until it actually happens.
Well,
right?
sure.
It's where they lose. Now, the Super Bowl that they did lose, that was on Tampa Bay's home field. That was the whole COVID year. It was just kind of the whole season was just kind of a type of thing. But obviously, we're excited to watch. We also have women's basketball today at noon down at PBA.
We're more excited about that, honestly, in our family.
Iowa Hawkeyes coming to PBA, and I think I don't know. I know some people that have sold their tickets for a lot of money. $600, $2,200, like, and I don't think Nebraska fans are paying $2,200 for tickets, right?
Yeah, no, not probably not 2,200.
Yeah.
I mean,
so it's going to be an interesting crowd.
It'll be interesting to see how many Iowa fans show up.
Probably a lot.
I think they're the ones paying top dollar for these tickets, hoping to see Caitlin Clark break the all-time women's basketball scoring record.
Yeah, she always seems to have these record games when Nebraska's on the schedule. So hopefully it's a good game for Nebraska. Take care of business. 12 o'clock. Does feel like the women's team, they're getting a little bit of momentum back too. They're kind of in that same wavelength in terms of the guys go when it comes to getting close to that postseason play. Just need to put some together. Obviously, if you can get one against Iowa, you're feeling pretty good about winning a few more to try to lock yourself into postseason play. But I mean, it's an opportunity. You get Iowa at the very minimum. That's a huge opportunity for them. So definitely shout out to the girls. Hopefully they can get it done and give Caitlin Clark would just be a really good feel-good win for everyone here in Huskerland.
Well, especially since they've never beaten her in 4 years. So that would be wonderful.
Her and a lot of other schools. The women's, like, there's a lot of schools that would love to get one on Iowa.
Yeah. So what else? Oh, so Farrell's, we announced our national champions for the national challenge. Lance Farrell was actually out at the Yankee Ridge Farrell's location this week and presented Mark Onweiler with his $10,000 check as he officially was announced the winner for the men's side for the national challenge. So it was just a pretty cool moment for Mark, for us, and for those that have listened to the Fitness Fanatics. Mark started producing our show right out of the get-go. I don't know if he just got like the short straw and had to.
That's what he said.
Yeah, the one that came in on a Sunday because we were kind of the pilot Sunday show for the ticket. We were like the only show.
It was you and Pancakes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So it was just us. So I think he got the short straw and had to come in and produce that at 9:00. But almost 2 years later, that his fitness lifestyle change and kind of everything that he's gone through in the last 22 months. It was pretty cool to see Lance come in and give Mark that big check and announce him as the winner. So that was really cool. It's Lincoln, Nebraska's second national challenge winner since they've been doing this, which I believe is like 12 years now that they've been giving out.
I don't know how long it was.
We've never had a winner. So
yeah, maybe.
We've
had close. We've had some close ones. Yep.
We also, big shout out to our other participants that finished in the top 10. We actually had AJ Leach from the Meadow Lane Gym finish in the top 5 of the National Challenge, and Kane Olson finished in the top 10 for the men. So out of all the participants nationwide in this National Challenge, Lincoln, Nebraska had 3 in the top 10 for best transformations.
For the men.
And then we had Kirsten Olson, who is Kane's wife. She finished in the top 10 for the National Challenge as well. So just amazing changes. The female winner was Tina McNamara from Hudson, Wisconsin, which we'll be working on getting her on our show here in the next couple of weeks too, because her story and change was phenomenal.
I mean, pretty much anybody's is going to be when you're, going for something like that. So I feel like there's a lot of people that have, because we've had Kane on and Kirsten and AJ. So
yep. So that was announced this week, so it's pretty cool. What else do we have to talk about here in this first segment?
I don't know. I thought you were going to talk about football longer. That was like the shortest segment of football.
I mean, we could do our quick our mock draft.
Your Bears check-in.
Our weekly Bears check-in, because after.
Why did you just pull something out of your pocket?
Well, that was the stats.
Okay.
Right?
He has a draft list, the mock draft list in his pocket.
My Mel Kiper. No. I don't have my Mel Kiper mock draft, but at about 9:30 tonight, after the Super Bowl is over, all eyes of the NFL world turns to the Chicago Bears.
Well, that is true.
For the second year in a row, the Bears are on the clock. And really, I mean, who cares about the Super Bowl anyway? It's all about the offseason here in Nebraska and in Chicago. Harrison, what are your thoughts here on the Bears? And, you've seen some rumblings. And
I think they're keeping Fields. I think they're going to keep Justin Fields. I thought for sure they're going to get rid of him, but as we get closer to it, the more I hear from Poles and Crew and Eberflus, it feels to me like they're actually not going to go ahead and do what I thought they were going to do. It looks like they're going to go ahead and get rid of that pick, get some assets, trade down, and go ahead and build around Fields. That's the way I'm kind of reading the tea leaves right now. What are you thinking?
Depends on the day.
It depends on the day.
Do you think first things first, we got to get to, are they trading him or are they going to keep him? Because you can't really figure out anything else until you got that figured out.
Well,
Mhm.
we talked last week just briefly before we were cut off for a break by Nicole, just a little bit about
You did, yes.
I'm kind of leaning towards drafting a new quarterback, starting the money over, the clock over after watching CJ Stroud, the half of the season he did with in my opinion, he has less weapons than Justin Fields has. Also watching Lamar Jackson in the AFC Championship game, Chiefs pretty much put the book out on him.
Yeah, but I'll push back on that. They didn't play necessarily towards Lamar's favor either. That felt like what the Bears have been doing to Justin Fields in the past couple of seasons, where it's like, here's an offense that just doesn't work with you. I thought they could have beat the Chiefs. I thought it was just a bad game plan. I'm not going to put that all on Lamar. I thought Lamar was good enough this season where he could have been in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well, and you remember when we played the Packers there at Week 18, and the Packers defensive players, they said, well, what was the game plan to stop the Bears? And they said, I'll just make him play quarterback.
Yeah,
just keep him in the pocket. That's our game plan. Make him make decisions, and we saw how that went.
Yeah.
So I'm more in the camp of just moving on.
Oh man,
but we'll see. Regardless, right? As
when
Bears
will
fans,
that have happened? Like, if
I mean,
quickly?
No, it won't be quickly.
Oh,
It'll be we'll be hearing all kinds of things for the next 3 months, and whatever the Bears decide to do, Harrison, guess what? We're still going to cheer for them.
Yeah. So would you want Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels? Which one of those seems like the fit?
According to all the experts out there, Caleb Williams is one of the top QB prospects to come out of college. Him, Andrew Luck, Trevor Lawrence. So it's like, well, just take your chance on him, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little gun shy on another North Carolina quarterback, since we've been down that road before.
Yep.
But it always seems like, as Bears fans, whatever we decide to do, like we could trade Justin Fields and he's going to turn into the next Peyton Manning, and we'll draft Caleb Williams and he'll turn into the next Jamarcus Russell, right?
Seems about right. It seems to be the way. We haven't necessarily been nailing the draft, so but that's always we talked about it before, but when it comes to drafting the quarterback, I watch Caleb Williams, and this is why I'm hesitant. I don't see Caleb Williams as this transcendent quarterback that we've never seen before. He doesn't really stand out to a guy that I need to drop everything and make sure I get this guy on my roster. Like he's been nice, but his cons are a lot of the same cons that Justin Fields has right now. Extends plays too long with his legs, where he does have a guy open, and instead he wants to scramble, get out of the pocket, and extend it, where if he just steps up into it, there's an open man downfield. The intangibles, the speed, running around, Justin Fields, that's exactly what he does. It just feels like you're getting the same guy. That's why I'm hesitant to go ahead and draft Caleb Williams.
Well, the Bears will have a decision to make with Fields if they keep him, because we only have him for really one more season on that rookie contract. So it's like, well, is he going to be worth 40, 45 million a season, or do you start over with somebody else? But I mean, they do have a lot of options. I guess that's why I don't get paid to make those decisions. So, because my gosh, I have a hard time making just a decision on where I'm going to eat at, let alone these decisions that affects millions of people, and we're talking millions of dollars. So I don't think I'm built.
You would not, even if you could have schmooed your way into the job, you wouldn't have lasted very long, because I can barely handle it, and there's not millions of dollars involved.
Yeah, I'd be changing my mind like I do now, probably on every hour.
It's excessive.
Because like even the thought of drafting, I'm also kind of in the camp of like, well, if they take Marvin Harrison Jr., which is the best player in the draft, and they get all this draft capital, and if we suck next year, well, guess what? We won 4 playoff games in 30 years. So what's another year? We'll have more draft capital for next year. And, Shedeur Sanders came out and said that he doesn't think anybody in this draft class is better than him, Harrison.
Oh, my gosh.
We might as well just pick him next year.
But you see some of the mock drafts got Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter as the 1-2 next year.
Well, we'll be right up there.
Stop it, Jeff.
Hopefully not, right? This is going to be the year.
Well, yes.
Changes everything.
No, Nicole, you can't say that, because you almost say it disparagingly.
No, she
I
does.
did not disparagingly, but
She doesn't really mean it.
No, but there is a amount of pity, and I don't know. I'd rather not be pitied if I were you guys. So
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, we got Jeff and Nicole live from the Home and Garden Show. You guys can definitely head down there, meet them there live, along with many of the other ticket talent that's going to be down there. What time does that place close? Do you guys know?
Closes at 3:00 today.
3:00. So 3:00, be sure to head down there. They are live Home and Garden Show. Be sure to check it out. And again, if you want to join the show, 402-464-5685. You need directions, I'll give them to you. But nonetheless, we got plenty of things to talk about. I do want to get a little more into the Super Bowl before we go ahead and give the show over to Straight Fitness. Who's your favorite? I want to know who's your favorite right now. Are you thinking 49ers or Chiefs?
Nicole?
I don't care.
She's going to be in bed before the end of this game.
I might
tonight.
be. We'll see.
I am going to be cheering.
I don't have a preference. I really don't. I mean, I don't know. I have friends that are legitimate Chiefs fans. So
Legitimate?
well, like I know they've always been Chiefs fans. So I don't know. I don't really know any 49ers fans.
But we know a couple.
I mean-
Daniel from 6 a.m. at Yankee Ridge is wearing his 49ers hat.
Oh, okay.
So he's a fan there.
Mhm.
I will be.
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember talking
yeah.
to him about it
Our
when
entire,
we played them.
Our entire house will be cheering for the Niners,
Yeah. Well, okay.
right?
Sure.
But we will be.
I'm okay.
I think for me too, and for you too, Harrison, that's just a little jealousy.
Oh, for sure. It's 100%. The Kansas City
Yeah.
Chiefs. I've been to a Kansas City Chiefs game. The fans were fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problems with any of the people. The city's nice. Patrick Mahomes seems like a stand-up guy,
Yes,
but they're
yes.
just winning too much. It's just all. It's
I
just like
know.
the Patriots and Tom Brady. I mean, again, 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls. You get into that Alabama Dodger. You get into the you're winning too much, and it's starting to get on. It's a little bit envious. That's where I'm at. But that's
you know,
sports.
The interesting thing is, as a Nebraska fan, now you haven't been there before. 'Cause
No.
You're,
Oh,
a
what
little,
do you-
you're a little too young to understand this. But I have lived I grew up in the 90s. My last 2 years in high school, Nebraska didn't lose a game, and everybody hated Nebraska in the 90s.
Yeah.
Right? So me with dynasties, I don't mind them. Because Nebraska was one.
Well, you guys arguably had that 95 team is still argued as one of the best college football teams of all time today.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
so-
a fantastic run to be a part of.
And I typically kind of enjoy watching greatness. Like, I loved watching Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
I did too.
I love watching Tiger Woods on Sunday in majors. Like, I haven't watched a golf event for years. But when Tiger was playing and it was Sunday and he was at the top of the leaderboard, that was like must-watch television for me.
It's got
But
the
everybody
Sunday
else-
red on.
Yeah, everybody else is kind of like ho-hum. So I kind of like watching greatness. So watching Mahomes, I mean, yeah, it's frustrating. Just like watching Jordan was frustrating. And I was just listening to the radio here earlier this morning, and they were talking about all of the NBA players that Michael Jordan kept from winning an NBA championship. And if you just look at
Yeah.
the list of these Hall of Famers, Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, John Stockton, Karl Malone, Sean Kemp, Gary Payton. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of who he beat in the finals. It's just remarkable.
That's what happens. It tends to go that way. You just have those unfortunate years where we saw it. If you were in the NBA and you were alive for the Cavaliers Warriors era, good
Right.
luck. Good luck making it to a finals because you got Kevin Durant, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, or you
Right.
got LeBron James in his prime. It's like pick a conference. It's going to be borderline impossible. And then you kind of get to that level of success where everyone starts getting a little bit envious of you just constantly being one of the best. But when it does come to the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers, it is interesting because it's definitely a couple of franchised teams. And the 49ers, the only reason I wouldn't pick the 49ers is that experience.
Right.
With Brock Purdy, does he get frazzled in the big moment? He's shown it in these playoffs that he's been able to overcome late game situations. He's overcame the fact that when he's down at halftime, he doesn't combust. He's able to bring teams back. But this is going to be a really big stage here. And obviously with the Super Bowl, you got longer breaks, more media timeouts, halftime show with Usher. You got to
Yep.
stay focused.
Yep.
I do wonder if this is the one game where maybe he loses a little bit of focus. Are you worried at all that the moment's too big for Brock Purdy?
Well, I mean, obviously, yes. He's this is Mahomes' 4th Super Bowl. Brock Purdy's first. It seemed like, watching.
But did Mahomes win his first Super Bowl?
Yes, he beat the 49ers in his first Super Bowl. So
Okay.
he's 2-1, only lost to Tom Brady
Mm-hmm.
when they were in Tampa Bay's home
So
field.
there's that.
I was a huge. I thought the 49ers were the best team, but we watched on Christmas night the Ravens went into San Francisco and just dismantled them. That game wasn't even close.
Mhm.
They picked off Purdy 4 times. It was just really eye-opening. And really, since then, the Niners haven't been dominant, right? And I know we got a Lions fan sitting next to me. You can't see him on the screen, but in the NFC title game, the Lions were all over them. And if it weren't for a couple drop passes at some critical times, the Niners wouldn't be in the Super Bowl. So, and I didn't really watch a lot of Kansas City games because in our house, the kids have the Ravens on all the time. So really, the AFC Championship, the playoffs is the first time I've sat down and watched Kansas City Chiefs games from start to finish. And I didn't realize how good their defensive personnel is. They're just not household names. The Niners have household names like Bosa and Fred Warner and those guys. And the Chiefs, outside of Chris Jones, some of these guys I'd never really heard of. But then when you watch them, they're so good. So I'm going to go Kansas City. I'll be cheering for the Niners, but
that was what I was wondering.
Yes.
Steve Spangoli's
Yeah.
put on a clinic in terms of defense. The Chiefs' defense, what they're able to do creatively is where you do get worried a little bit about the coaching. That's where if I'm gonna pick sides here, Kansas City coaching wise, they still 4 out of 5 last Super Bowl. Steve Spangoli has been putting on a clinic in terms of defense, especially again with the Ravens. Those guys got shut down. Whether you can argue the Ravens had a bad game, but still 50% of that credit has to go to the Chiefs just calling the right game plan, throwing Lamar off, throwing the Ravens, one of the best running offenses off. I'm still thinking 49ers, though. This is a lot to overcome. I'm going to be incredibly impressed by this Kansas City Chiefs coaching staff if they can find a way to unlock enough offense. Because even Christian McCaffrey, trying to stop that guy down. Chris Jones, defensively, if you're looking at for as far as the Chiefs go, seems like he's going to have to be probably that main guy. Again,
Right.
If we're talking about Brock Purdy, how do you throw him off his game, get him frazzled? Chris Jones seems like he's going to have to be the guy.
Yeah, and you had the Kyle Shanahan factor, too, of his last 2 previous Super Bowl appearances. One as a head coach in San Francisco, blew a 10-point lead against the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. And then he was the offensive coordinator in the infamous 28-3 meltdown against the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Why are you passing all the time? Why aren't you running the ball? Milking clock. Why is Matt Ryan dropping back, fumbling? It was just maddening. So maybe he's learned from his mistakes, but the most important position on the field is the quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's really not even close to experience and the X factor, which is Mahomes. It's just so hard to get him, to sack him. It's just so frustrating as an opposing fan because we were opposing fans cheering for the Ravens, and those first 2 drives were like, my gosh, it's 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9. They just could not get to him. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So, a little jealous of it since we've had 40 quarterbacks in the last 30 years. So, it's just how it goes as a Bears fan. So,
yep. And now we're split on if we should even keep this one or go ahead and get a new one. So it's just kind of been that lifestyle as a Bears fan. But we do got to go ahead and get to our first break here. What do you guys got coming up ahead here?
So we had our 5-week testing results. So we want to talk about those and also managing expectations when you're starting any type of fitness program out there. So that's what we're going to hit on in the next segment.
Absolutely. We'll go ahead and throw it to break here then. This is Fitness Fanatics. We got Jeff and Nicole Essink, host as always. They're streaming in live from the Home and Garden Show. Be sure to go ahead and check that out. They close at 3, so you still got plenty of time to head down there, hang out, see some of the ticket talent, as well as plenty of other people, businesses down there. So we'll go ahead, throw it to break, and when we come back, we'll have Jeff and Nicole on the other side. So don't go anywhere. Fitness Fanatics. We'll be right back.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Husker fans, this is Matt Davison with the 1890 Initiative. You've probably heard about NIL, name, image, and likeness. And now you can have an immediate impact on the success of our programs. The 1890 Initiative is Nebraska's premier NIL company. And with your help, we can maximize our student athletes' opportunities with NIL and prepare them for life after college. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics. Let's do the same with NIL. To learn more, visit 1890nebraska.com, where 100% of your donation goes directly to Husker student athletes. That's 1890nebraska.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
What a day. I could sure use an afternoon pick-me-up. Hold up. The new 93.7 The Ticket location has a milk, coffee, and tea inside? Oh, yeah. This is a game changer.
Need an afternoon pick-me-up? How about a coffee or smoothie on your way to work? Stop by the Ticket Mill location on 1040 O Street to get your go-to drink or try out our new game day drinks exclusive to the Ticket Mill location. We know it'll make your day a million times better.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Is your furnace operating like you think it should? Find out with a service check now from the pros at Bryant. No matter what make or model, Bryant will perform a thorough system check to make sure you're good to go this winter. Bryant also offers free second opinion heat exchanger checks. Before you spend thousands on a new furnace, let Bryant check it free. Anytime you need furnace service or repair, just call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111. We do whatever it takes.
Gannett Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gannett Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gannett Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gannett Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics. We are live from the annual Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show at the Sandhills Global Event Center. Admission at the door is $10 for adults or $8 if you bring a non-perishable food item. Kids under 12 years old get in for free. The show is open until 3 p.m. today. So if you weren't one of the lucky ones to have a ticket to this sold-out PBA game with Iowa, Nebraska at noon, feel free to come on down, stop by and say hi. We have Nicole and I are here. There'll be some other ticket personalities here. The great Nick Sennert is here right now. If you can count the next 15 minutes, the voice of all high school athletics for the ticket, calling basketball games, football games. And I'll tell you, Nick doesn't have a mic, but when they call Lincoln East games on Friday nights, I will turn on and listen, won't I? To get some scores. Oh, yes. So that's
we're not
very,
super
very,
dialed into the high school football scene. So
yes, but our son is a junior at East, so we will turn on and listen there. If I want to check the score, see what's going on, I'll just pull up the ticket app and listen in. So that's awesome that they provide that. So we had our 5-week testing. We're in the middle of our winter 10-week challenge. So at 5 weeks, we get people on the scales, do body comps, check and see if they've lost any weight, body fat percentage, if they gain muscle, they've lost fat. So we tell our members we don't want them to really weigh themselves at all because the scale, most of us don't have a good relationship with the scale.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, how many of you out there have broke your scale because you think that it's wrong?
I broke it once. I broke a scale once. I kicked it across the bathroom.
Kicked it? Now, I don't know if I knew that or not.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. I think it was in our second Altoona house.
Now, did you kick it across the room because you thought it was inaccurate?
I don't know. I don't know why. I just remember we didn't have one for a long time because of that, which was good, which was fine.
It's good, yes.
Well, and also, do you remember our scale at home in Iowa when we had it before I broke it? Apparently, sometimes Molly, our cat, would like chase little Q-tips under it,
Yes.
and then you get on it and it would show you like 10 pounds lighter, like it was the wrong way.
And then you're loving it.
Yeah. but then you're also like, this doesn't seem right. So you like move the scale, and then there was that Q-tip.
Oh, I just gained 10 pounds
in
10 seconds.
I know, which also shows how dumb the scale is.
Well,
but yes, it's still we give it a lot of power.
My mom had a scale where there's a little dial that you could turn it.
Well, yeah, that was to calibrate it. So it was calibrated.
You could start it you could put it like 5 pounds less.
You could.
And then you stand on it and you lost 5 pounds instantly.
Right. Yeah.
Take a picture. I'm down 5 pounds. So yeah, that's the scale that she used to have. But so we try to encourage people not to weigh themselves, especially if you don't have a good relationship with the scale, because you can get on there and if you gained a couple pounds, you're going to think, well, what I'm doing isn't working. So
and especially for us, because our program is not designed for rapid weight loss. What are you doing?
That's fine. Go ahead.
Our program is not designed for rapid weight loss.
Yes.
So that can definitely mess with your head a little bit in those first couple weeks, especially when you're sore and tired and you think this is going to give you like the feedback that you want. But the reality is, because you're sore, you're probably it's not going to be the most accurate number on the scale. The soreness is one of the things that causes water retention that I wouldn't even think about weighing myself if I was like super, super sore.
Yeah. And most women, when they start ferals, will gain a little bit of weight.
Sometimes it is, a little bit of a stress on your body. And like I said, you retain some water while your body and muscles are repairing. So yeah, for sure. Especially in the first couple weeks.
Yep.
And you're eating more. Most people are eating more food than they're used to. So there's like physically more food inside of you when you're weighing yourself.
Yes.
Right.
Well, and I remember my first week, I actually had to go to the hospital because my stomach was just I literally think that my body, I ate
Was
some-
rejecting vegetables.
it was like you're putting a foreign substance in your body right now, and I had.
I'm
such
also thinking in
stomach
hindsight,
pain.
were you eating bananas?
I don't think so.
Maybe. Oh yeah, because we found out you were allergic to bananas because you had said you never eaten a banana. So yeah,
Oh,
it wouldn't have been.
Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah.
I was eating green vegetables,
Yeah.
and I don't think I had eaten a green vegetable in like 15 years. So
Right.
it was like I said, ingesting
Yeah, there's
a foreign substance.
Yeah, your there's a lot of processes that are in play and working in those first couple weeks, especially. And so we do try to recommend that people stay off the scale.
Yeah. So we
Also because we have our in body, which we're about ready to
Yes,
talk about, like
yes.
that parcels it out. It parcels out body fat
Nice.
and muscle
Catching every single
mass. And so that's important.
Yeah, so I just wanted to kind of go through some results here.
Yeah, we got
Here's
the-
one of our 10
Oh,
weekers is right here right now.
Oh, we do have one of our 10-week members, Brad from the Baldwin Shop.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to throw Brad's results out on air.
No, he did amazing.
He lost some weight. Brad,
Yeah.
Brad,
We're
you have-
talking about you
Do you have
right
a
now.
second? Let's get. Do we have a mic for him?
Yeah, right in front of you. Yeah.
All right. We got a live.
We're literally. Oh, he doesn't have the headset on yet.
We got a live
Then
person
when I
with
go
us.
down here,
One of our 10-week challengers, and if you listen to the ticket, you've heard of the Baldwin Shop. Most
Brad,
people,
we were literally just starting
Maybe
to
I
talk about 5-week results when
Yes.
you came up. So
Yes. So
Yeah.
we're bringing. You've heard of Chris from the Baldwin Shop. I don't think most people know who Brad is, but Chris from the Baldwin Shop is a longtime person who calls into early break. So if you're a ticket listener, you know who that is. So we have Brad
I'm logged in.
from the Baldwin Shop here with us.
And
So
I took it
Brad,
off
you
there.
just got done testing for 5 weeks.
Correct.
This is your first time going through the Farrell's program. What are your thoughts so far about how things are going for you physically, mentally, emotionally?
To the if you go to YouTube right now,
physically, I mean, it was pretty strenuous. It tested you, but physically, I've dropped about 16 pounds. I took about 3 inches off my stomach, 2 inches off my chest.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen results. Mentally, it took me to a place that I didn't think I could go. It was pretty tough on me mentally. Getting up in the morning, just getting out there and doing it. But my daughter was a big force behind it, so she got me going.
Yes.
But I mean, really the hardest part, though, and you guys might agree, is the nutrition part.
Always.
I mean, there's no more potato chips. There's no more. I mean, you can still eat it, but we've been really.
Yeah.
My eating habits were really bad.
Well, and I think sometimes people don't realize like you can't just always eat what you want when you want. Like it's unfortunately sometimes you have to tell yourself, no, I should not be eating these chips for no reason. Or yeah.
I mean, I was getting up in the middle of the night going and getting just a cookie or
Little
just,
snack.
Yeah, a little snack, and I don't do that anymore. I mean, I've gotten away. So that's
great.
That part was really tough too, but we enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
How is it doing it with your daughter every morning, seeing her at 5 a.m. and working out together?
Actually, it's really cool.
Before
it's
that,
really
do
cool.
you see each other every day?
Yeah, we still
You
see each
already
other.
did?
Yep.
Okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
she's in
Which is
school.
cool.
She's in school finishing up nursing school.
Oh,
so
okay.
she's living at home.
Oh,
with
okay.
us.
Good. Yeah.
But she's always been on me she really wants me to run a half marathon with her. So that's my next goal is to try to run the halvesy in November with her. She's got a couple.
Awesome.
So that was really behind. Well, it's kind of behind this. She's like, Dad, I want you to run with me. Well, I couldn't run because I was like 285 and I was in no shape to. And so I want to get down to about another 15, 20 pounds, hopefully, and then we'll go from there, see what happens. So,
Well, you are well on your way.
That's cool.
I think
That's
so,
awesome. Yeah.
So typically, when at 5 weeks, a couple things happen. One, you have really good results, and you're like, well, I can
Kind of
take
let
my-
your foot off the
Yeah,
gas
yeah,
a little
foot
bit.
off the gas,
That actually
right?
happens very frequently.
Yes.
You start to let little
Yeah.
habits
No,
creep back
yeah,
in.
And that
Mhm.
I've been dealing with that a little bit here the last couple of days. It's
Mhm.
like, well, maybe, but I've fighting it off. So
Good. Yeah.
All right. Anything,
That is one of
any,
them,
do you have any? This is your one-on-one personal coaching session with the owners. Any questions
That you see us
have?
every day
Yes.
anyway, but
anything you need help with, advice that we can help you with.
You know what? I don't think so. I mean, you guys are pretty good teachers. I mean, the trainers are pretty good at explaining everything, and they keep us motivated and moving. So it's really like a family environment in there. That's one thing that, like Mark Onweiler talked about, that I was kind of worried too. I look at myself in the mirror, so I'm kind of towards the back when we first started. It's like, what do people think? Am I too heavy? But everybody's really encouraging and polite, and they don't judge anybody. And that part I really like about what you guys do.
How did your testing for push-ups and sit-ups go yesterday? I saw you doing some sit-ups, and I know that was something that you struggled with.
That was the first time I did them without a band.
Okay.
I did them on my own.
Yeah,
so
and how many did you do?
I doubled.
Okay.
I think I did like 18 and I did 10 first.
Yeah.
That was really hard on me because I got a little tweak in my back, and then push-ups, sit-ups have always been hard for me. But I made it a goal to try to do it without the band for the testing. So.
Yeah, you've had to modify a couple things. Also, Brad's really tall, and so we've had to modify some stuff because, unfortunately for you, with resistance bands, the more you stretch them, the more difficult it gets. So, like me doing a shoulder press is going to be a very different resistance than you. So, you definitely had to work through some of that where you're just like, am I really this out of shape? No, you're just really tall. It's harder for you than everyone else.
It's been a really good experience. I encourage everybody to try it. It's a really good experience. I wish I would have done it sooner, but it just took a little bit of pride. And Mark talked to me a while about doing it. It's like, it's always had an excuse.
Yes.
But once you get in the gym and you see your results, it's worth it. It really is.
Are you allowing yourself to have a free day today? Like, are you
enjoying Super Bowl? Well, yeah, he's going out. He's going out to the ticket tailgate.
Ticket
Super Bowl
party, Super Bowl party,
Super Bowl
wings
party.
and rings.
Okay.
Yes.
Super Bowl party.
I'm gonna have a couple cocktails and a few wings.
And you know what?
Good.
That's okay.
But that's not a reason to not be in class tomorrow morning
right.
either. So we'll be making sure you're there.
I'm there because I want the reward at the end for the party. So
that's right.
Yes.
So yeah, we're big proponents of having a free day. Like if you tell somebody you can't eat anything bad for 10 weeks, most of us are going to fail, right? So we're big proponents of a free day. Every single weekend we have pizza and ice cream. That's on the agenda for us today as well. So that's kind of a reward for eating healthy 6 days a week, working out 6 days a week. So we're big proponents of that.
But what was crazy is that, like, the first 2 weekends we started, it's like, oh, now we can go, and after like week 3 or 4, it's like, well, we can still cheat, but we still,
it's almost like when you first turn 21, you know what I mean? You go out for the first couple of years, you're like going crazy at the bars. Then as you get more older, you're like, oh, it's not really worth the hangover tomorrow.
And I don't really I don't really crave the the cheat food all that much like I did when I first started.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. When you cut it out, it does get easier. It really does.
But
all right. Well, awesome. We should probably be hitting a break. So, thank you.
Hey, you guys too. Thanks a lot. Like I said, if anyone's out there has any doubts, just go give it a try. You won't regret it. You won't regret it.
Who do you got in the Super Bowl today? Chiefs or Niners?
My Steelers aren't playing.
No. Unfortunately, the Steelers haven't won a playoff game in a long time. So
you know what? Let's just say Chiefs. I'll go with the Chiefs.
All right. Chiefs. So we got a couple Chiefs tallies in here. Well, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your day. Enjoy. If you want to go down to the Ticket Super Bowl party, it's at Buffalo Wings and Rings, and that's the one on O Street.
Yep,
is that correct?
66 and 0 or whatever.
66 and 0, Buffalo Wings and Rings.
Okay,
all right.
See you, Brad.
We're going to go to break. We'll be right back on the other side. Don't go anywhere. 93.7 The Ticket on the Fitness Fanatics.
Junior Achievement of Lincoln has served the youth of our community for over 50 years.
50 years?
50 years.
They've done what for 50 years?
They've prepared students from K through 12.
K through 12?
Yeah. Junior Achievement prepares students on financial literacy and entrepreneurship work.
That's amazing.
I know. That's why when you fill up on Tuesdays, UStop will donate 2 cents of every gallon sold to the Junior Achievement of Lincoln.
Count me in.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Herrick Services takes this time to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. They encourage those who go out to make smart decisions behind the wheel or plan accordingly to have someone lined up for a safe ride home. This important message comes to you from Bart and the folks at Herrick Services, your vending specialist here in Lincoln. Their quality service and expertise has earned them a fine reputation. That's Herrick Services, on the air because they care.
The first and only African-American male to win the U.S. Open and Wimbledon, champion tennis player Arthur Ashe was denied entry to South Africa in 1969.
The law is the law and I cannot play. So I drive away from that with my coach, knowing that the only reason I could not play was because I was black.
We salute star athlete and fighter for justice, Arthur Ashe, during Black History Month.
Why are New Year's resolutions always about getting to the gym more or dieting? We fail ourselves before the first month of the year is already over. Why not resolve to eat better, tastier foods in 2024? Look no further than Fuhrer's cheese spread. Stop eating your apples, vegetables, crackers, and chips plain. Give them some flavor. Fuhrer's cheese spread awakens your taste buds. Now that's how you start a new year. Find your container of Fuhrer's cheese spread today at your local grocery store. Fairway Meat Market has everything you need for meat and cold drinks for the big game this Sunday. Now through February 11th, enjoy fresh chicken wings for $2.99 per pound, USDA choice brisket for $4.99 per pound, all natural St. Louis pork ribs for $1.99 per pound, USDA whole prime beef tenderloin for $19.99 per pound, 10-pound tubes of 80% lean ground beef for $2.99 per pound, and 30 packs of Busch Light for just $17.99. Fairway Meat Market, just south of 84th and Van Dorn. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. We are just joined by Brad from the Baldwin Shop, talking a little bit about his 10-week challenge. He's seen some pretty awesome results. We just got a little power boost from the vendor next to us, Smoking Guns Jerky Shack, which gave us a jalapeno and cheddar beef stick.
Pepper jack.
Mm-hmm.
I know I still have one bite left. I'm saving it
good.
for the next break.
Yeah, so I ate mine all over the break. Nicole still has a little bit of hers left, but that was really good.
Yep.
All right, well, before we get to the top of the hour, we're going to get back to just our results real quick, and then we'll elaborate on this expectations when we get to the top of the second hour. But so our members in 5 weeks lost a total of 279 pounds, about 280 pounds, which is about an average of 5 pounds per person, which is a pound a week.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very healthy way to do things.
Mm-hmm.
So what we always tell
and that's an average. So some people,
it's an average,
right.
yes.
I mean, some people lost less, some people lost more, some people gained. It's not uncommon to gain a little bit, especially depending on your body composition and stuff.
Right.
Some people need to gain weight in our program. So yeah, that's a very healthy average.
Yeah, and I also figured out, because we tell our members, any weigh-in where you lose more fat than actual pounds on the scale is a great 5-week check-in spot.
Mhm.
So our
That's
members,
kind of our best case scenario. If you
Yes.
lose more body fat mass than you
Yes.
do weight, that's best case scenario for week 5,
yeah,
especially.
because the body fat is what hurts us.
And then how it changes your shape and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know, like, when I was 30, I had so much body fat around my kidneys and liver that they just weren't functioning properly.
Mhm.
So I had to get rid of body fat. That really wasn't necessarily my weight. I weighed 240 pounds. So, but
Which
most
is
of
a
my
pretty
body-
average weight for
Yes,
a man,
yes,
you know,
yes.
and whatever. But
Yes.
yours
So-
was your body fat percentage was so high.
Yes, it was really high. So
Yeah.
our members lost 365 pounds of fat.
Mhm.
So it was about 6.6 pounds of fat.
Yep.
So
That's
overall,
really good.
yes, overall for our group, and what that shows us is, like, we can get somebody on the scale and look at their results and know exactly how they're eating.
Not exactly, but
For the most part.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
You can know if they're following
Yes.
our
yes,
recommendations or
Yes. Yes.
having a plan in place at all.
Usually, if it loses a lot of muscle mass, that means they're not eating the calories they're supposed to be eating.
Yep.
And
Not getting
the
enough protein.
Yes. Yes. So for the most part, we can.
And
look
that's
at the
why
results.
that's also why we call week 5 troubleshooting more than anything, because that's what we need to see. I have a couple people that we've tweaked some of their stuff, just because knowing that they're logging their food and I'm seeing their effort in class, and so what I'm seeing doesn't quite match up with what their results were at week 5.
Right.
So we make some changes and see, because it's a constant process. It's not something that once you're never done. So we can definitely make tweaks.
Yes, unfortunately, when it comes to our health and fitness, I compare it to two things. One, doing the laundry.
Yeah.
You're always going to have laundry to do for
Mine-
the rest.
Mine
of
is getting
your
enough
life.
water. Like I have a hard time getting water in. So it's like one day I might drink the 3 liters of water. That's my goal. And then the next day I wake up and I have to do it again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Forever.
with laundry and dishes.
Yeah.
Like, there's always going to be dishes to do
Mm-hmm.
every day for the rest of your life,
Right.
unless you're independently wealthy and you can hire somebody to do it for you.
Yeah.
But most of us aren't like that.
Right.
We got to do it ourselves.
Yep.
So taking care of ourselves and our health.
And some days sometimes you procrastinate and that
Yes.
pile gets bigger and bigger, but it's still there.
Yes.
Same thing that's kind of with health too. Like you can ignore your health, but it's piling up. The problems and risk factors and stuff kind of pile up, just like laundry piles up, just like the dishes pile up if you don't get them, stay on top of it.
Yep. And I saw a kind of a tweet of somebody that I follow on Twitter. I took a picture of it this morning because we could talk about this too. And I haven't even told you about this, but
Okay.
His tweet was a healthy man or woman wants 1,000 things. Like, we want this, we want that, we want to
Mhm.
go here, we want to do
yeah.
this, we want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
A sick person only wants one.
Yep. To be
healthy again.
Right.
Life
It's
means
true.
nothing without health. Take care of your health today, not for yourself today, but for your 80-year-old self,
Mhm.
which ties into what we've been covering for the last 2 weeks with longevity.
Longevity.
Yes,
Mhm. Yeah.
longevity. So
Yep.
with that, we're going to throw it to break. We'll come back here at the top of the 11 o'clock hour. We'll elaborate a little bit more on that. If we get anybody that wants to stop by, say hi, has questions about health and fitness here at the Home and Garden Show, we appreciate you stopping out and saying hi. So we'll be right back here, top of the hour, 93.7 The Ticket on the Fitness Fanatics.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with 4 Lincoln locations, but now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Monday, February 12th versus the Grand Rapids Rise at the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
I'm Jenny Benson, president of the Nebraska State Education Association. The best way to strengthen our economy for the long term is investing in our education system and raising the skills of American workers. To succeed in the global economy, we need to modernize our schools, hire excellent teachers, and focus on the future. Support great public schools, and we can make the good life even better.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. That's doihaveprediabetes.org.
Wait, did they just say 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes? That's 33.33333% of adults. That means it could be me, my boss, or my boss's boss, or me, my favorite sister, or my other sister. That's 7 members of my 21-person romantic book club. Wait, the 1 in 3 could be me, my karaoke partner Carol, or my karaoke enemy Jeff. I'm going to take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Hello, everybody. It's Charlie Stone, and here with me is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, I hear that new Honda manufacturing continues to go up, and you have new Hondas in stock now.
That's correct, Charlie. We have more than 40 new Hondas in stock right now. It's great that a customer can come in and buy a new Honda and drive it home that day. New Honda inventory keeps getting better each month.
Okay, then. How about used cars, Andy?
We have more than 100 pre-owned vehicles to choose from right now, and a lot of fresh trade-ins are coming in daily. We have just about every maker model you can imagine in any price range.
Thanks again, Andy. People love the selection and great service at Honda of Lincoln. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, playing 93.7 The Ticket.
Alexa, turn down the lights.
Dimming the lights.
Alexa, order a pizza, the big one, all the toppings.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Alexa.
That's a lot of pizza for just one man.
Alexa, just do it. Stop judging me, just do it.
As you wish.
Thanks, Alexa. You're my best friend.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome back in. Top of the hour here. We are live from the annual Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show at the Sandhills Global Event Center. Admission at the door is $10 for adults or $8 if you bring a non-perishable food item. Kids under 12 get in for free. The show is open today until 3 o'clock, so plenty of time to get out here and get home for the Super Bowl, start preparing your meals. And it's okay to splurge today.
Yeah.
Feel free to eat whatever you want.
I would say still focus on portion control.
What?
If you want to feel non-hungover,
This
food
is the
hungover the
Super
next
Bowl.
day.
I mean,
Well,
one-
okay,
one
that's fine.
day.
Then yes, you don't have to. But if you have certain aesthetic goals, then maybe you do have to
So here's the thing.
portion control.
I will not portion control.
You're-
And then I will complain
Yeah.
about how I just feel sick.
Yes,
and
you're pretty
I'm
terrible about
never
that.
going to eat that again. I just it's so
You haven't had one of those in a while, though.
No.
This is probably the longest stretch.
It might be coming because now I have to fit my pizza and ice cream in a 3-hour window. So even if I'm not hungry, I'm still
Why?
gonna have to eat it.
Why do we have to fit it within a
Well, 'cause you
3-hour
wanna
window?
Have your pizza during the Super Bowl.
Oh,
right?
you do?
Well, I don't know.
What time's Super Bowl start?
5:30.
Okay. Katie and I are eating at 5.
Oh well, we got the pregame.
Okay.
You know,
Anyway.
we got the pregame. Also want to give out a shout out to our sponsor.
There's the randomness that everyone was looking for.
Oh, they love it. They love it. That's
Sorry.
what draws people to our show. It's just the randomness,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So Fitness Fanatics is sponsored by Integrative Life Choices. ILC is hiring direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time, days, evenings, and weekends. If you're interested, you can apply at ilc.net/careers. Direct support professionals work to ensure a meaningful life for the people they support. They work to support people in achieving their hopes and dreams. So big shout out to Becky and the crew out there. I know they are big time Kansas City fans.
Yes.
And I was talking to Matt. I was talking to Matt, asking him how he's feeling, and he's just kind of like,
Yeah, right.
yeah, it's just an annual tradition.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, taking
like-
it for granted.
Yeah, like it's just yeah, I'm used to it.
Mhm.
It's like
Just
my
another
buddy.
game.
It's like Matt. This is like it's just so all the stress I have to deal with every February.
Yeah.
It's just
Mhm.
you don't have any idea how good you have it because my stress is over by about October.
Yeah, I know. We know.
All right, so we're going to get into managing. If you have any questions for us, Harrison's man in the text line, please text the show on the Starter Heyman text line at 402-464-5685. We would love to have some interaction. We appreciate everybody listening today.
We do got one from Bubba, guys, if you want to hear it now.
Yeah, yes.
From Bubba, this was back on about that second segment in the first hour. He says, guys, talking about the weight loss, how you might gain a little bit at the very beginning as you're switching up a bunch of new things. Bubba says, I can attest to weight loss messing with your head in the program at the beginning.
Yeah. Yep. Which shout out to Bubba because he ran a 5K yesterday and he finished like another top finish for his age
yeah.
group. So that's awesome.
Well, and he's been on our show before. He's been doing virtual for over almost 4 years,
Mhm.
coming up in June, so 3.5 years. So anybody that can do this from home,
yeah,
you have
It's awesome.
my respect because I can't do anything from home. I can't work from home. I can't work out from home. I can barely eat healthy at home.
That's
It's
true.
just- I mean, it's just it's so to be able to work out at home or on your own takes such discipline. So getting back to the expectations.
Yeah. So I think for us as gym owners, week 5 testing is always kind of a stressful time for us too, because we know that we're going to be dealing with like high emotions, right?
Yes.
it's, it's hours of emotionally charged energy coming right at us, which is fine because that's why we do week 5 testing. And sometimes it's, it's an opportunity to make improvements. And it's also sometimes an opportunity for people to get a little bit of a boost in how they feel to continue for the next 5 weeks. The thing that we struggle with is helping people manage an expectation. I think the problem is you start this program and you can have goals that you want to meet and stuff, and that's fine. Goals are great. We definitely need to have goals. But when you're going to step on the scale, I guess it's asking yourself, is there any number I could see on the scale that would make me happy? And for most people, no, there's not.
Right.
Like, we're never going to be satisfied with that number. So I think people come in, step on the scale, and they don't really have an expectation, but their expectations have been tied with the number on the scale. And unfortunately, that's the first thing you see when you step on the scale. And it's the number everybody remembers. I bet if we ask people as they're walking by, if we asked them, they probably know approximately how much they weigh, but there's no way nobody knows how many pounds of body fat they have, how many pounds of muscle, what's your body fat percentage. People don't know that. So we don't remember that information. So it's not something that they're immediately going to see on the scale where they're going to be like, wow, I gained 5.6 pounds of muscle. You just see that number on the scale.
Yeah. And some of the conversations that I have is this is how, like, so we have example, somebody who loses, a pound, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they've lost 8 pounds of fat, gained a few pounds of muscle. And so when their friends are asking them, how did you do?
Oh, yeah.
How was your
Mhm.
5-week testing?
Like framing it.
Yeah, their answer can determine what somebody thinks about ferals or anything that you're doing. And it also affects the person too. Like,
oh yeah.
So, hey, how was your 5-week testing? Well, I lost a pound. And their friend would be like,
wow, you've been doing all that work and you've only lost a pound.
Yeah, that program sucks. You need to do something different. This is ridiculous. You should be losing 10, 15 pounds in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You need to start doing this and that. Or if you answer the same question of, well, I lost 8 pounds of fat, I put on a couple pounds of muscle, my body fat percentage dropped by 4%, which we had people that lose a pound or gain a pound, but their body fat percentage drops significantly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we have been trained as a society to focus on one little number.
Yeah.
And it can affect, and it really can affect us. I know it's affected me, like when I start to eat bad, let's say, or any of us, we start to have like bad eating habits and we go for long stretches. Yes. Yeah. So like I'll get on the scale and I'll be like, wow, I ate so bad for the last month and I've only gained a pound.
It's dangerous.
Yes.
I know.
Then I can justify my eating habits because I've only gained a pound. When in reality, all the muscle that I spent building is turning into fat.
Well, muscle doesn't turn into fat, but
I'm losing.
You're losing muscle because you're eating poorly. You're not feeding that muscle,
right.
But you're still working out, but you're not giving your body what it needs to maintain what it has. So yeah, it's going to get rid of muscle first because that's like expensive for it to keep around when you're not feeding it properly.
Yes. So I can justify eating bad when I don't gain weight.
I know. It's almost worse when you get away with it a little bit because it's not the wake-up call you were waiting for.
No, but then
I know.
There always comes a point for me because I've been on, we all kind of are on the roller coaster. Most of us are on a roller coaster where with our weight it goes up and down, and sometimes it goes down farther and up farther. So my kind of goal is to, instead of having, like if you've been to Worlds of Fun and you go on the Mamba, instead of having the 200-foot cliffs, drops, ebbs and flows, you want to be at the bunny hills.
At the end.
Just a little up and down and up and down and kind of, in between where you feel comfortable, because that's what we want our members, we want everybody to be at a place where they're comfortable and they're finding a balance of real life and fitness.
Yep.
So how does that all go into your expectation?
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, that is our biggest struggle. And I just feel like that's something that we can work on to help give people an expectation. And we talk about it all the time. That's why we recommend people don't weigh themselves. I've sent emails with articles about body recomposition, which is when you're building muscle and losing body fat at the same time. It's very hard for your body to do. And when you're just starting a fitness and nutrition program, this first 5 weeks that we're in right now, just finished, is the most critical time for body recomposition because it gets harder. Like, you can't do it forever. It would be you either have to choose one or the other. I'm going to try to eat more to build muscle, or I'm going to eat less to lose weight.
Right.
So it's a really critical time if you can really capitalize on that body recomposition, but that doesn't always show up on the scale in that immediate feedback. So it's just
that's because we're
putting it out in the universe. The more people that can hear the message of like slow and sustainable weight loss is more helpful in the long run, then we're just putting it out there. So then maybe it'll eventually come back and it'll just make our jobs easier when when the word gets out.
I know that's the thing that we fight against is the
quick fix. Yeah.
Yes, quick fix.
Well, and it's worse now with social media. You're not really on TikTok, but or you're not on TikTok, but it's crazy when TikTok trends start, and it's usually trying to sell something to people. And so these trends will start and they come out real strong, and people are trying, like, one of them was like literally putting like baking soda in your water and drinking that every day, and it was supposed to be this like miracle. So
I'm surprised your daughter didn't try that.
no, Katie tries. She tries like reliable, legitimate health trends, not stuff like that. So this is what happens in social media because this is what we see. So somebody comes up with some ridiculous idea, like, okay, just do a sprinkle of baking soda in your water for the day or every day, and you're going to be less bloated and you're going to lose weight and sleep better and all this stuff. And you just need to start that seed. And then what happens, because the way social media is, then people jump on that bandwagon and they start creating content supporting that too. And a lot of times it's, well, I'm going to give it a try. And so they're doing this like every day and they're chronicling it. It's out there on social media. And then that the algorithm picks that up. It starts giving it to people and it builds so quickly.
Well, and a lot of times
before it's even been remotely proven.
Well, and a lot of times if you see things, it's like you'll lose 10 pounds in the first 2 weeks,
right,
or first week or whatever. That's because most of the time before people start any type of weight loss program or fitness program, they are just eating like it's their last day on earth.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start taking this stuff Monday tomorrow. So today I'm going to eat all my favorite foods. And then when I weigh in the morning, I'm going to be up 10 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then their 10 pounds that they lose is just everything that they just ate.
That's true.
Right?
I know. Yeah.
So then so with this little baking soda thing that you're doing, like if you're going to be throwing some baking soda in your water, chances are you're not going to go out to fast food 3 times a day,
that's
right?
100% true. Yes.
So mentally, you're also going to change your eating habits.
Yeah.
That's what's really contributing to your success.
I know. And we still want to give that credit. So if we do have success with something like that, we still want to give that credit to the outside source and not to ourselves.
Yes.
For changing our habits. Because you're right. I also have a theory about that with skincare. It's completely unfounded, but I've talked because like the skincare is very
unfounded.
Usually when I'm talking about it, like this is just my opinion, this one for sure. But the skincare industry and the wellness fitness industry are actually very similar. You can there's certain things that you can buy. You can get a range, like, you can pay thousands of dollars for skincare, just like people pay. There's like a gym in California where like famous people go, Jeff, and they literally spend like $35,000 a month to be in a member of this gym. like Justin Bieber, and yeah. So there's that, so you just like in fitness ranges of costs, skincare is the same thing. And I always think that because people will come out and say they've gotten these great results with this certain skincare line. I can't even think of one, but like a high-end one. Well, yeah, because if I'm spending $200 for 2 ounces of skincare, I'm going to be more likely to use it consistently.
Right.
Where if I spent $2 for 2 ounces, I'm a little more likely to just forget about it and not make it a habit. So that's kind of I think that drugstore like skincare probably could work as well, but people don't have as much expectations on that as they do skincare. So, but my point about social media is, especially nowadays, because that's where a lot of people get these ideas for their fads, for using the baking soda and water one, it'll fizzle out. Like I don't see those TikToks anymore at all, because people go on and they're like, oh, I'm going to start doing this. And then within 3 weeks, nothing has changed. And then they stop making content about it. And then it just falls off of social media. So that makes it really hard to try to be a sustainable voice out there when people are constantly, and then it's something else. And then it's something else. There's always something, and it just starts, and doesn't have to be actual results. It's just the buzz that's being created. So that we're working against that.
Like, and people will get quick results, but it's not sustainable.
Or they don't even, I'm pretty sure with the baking soda and the water thing, people weren't really seeing results unless you had some type of a electrolyte imbalance. Maybe the baking soda might have helped with something like that, but nothing that's going to be a miracle, because it takes work. Like, and just like we were talking with Brad when he was sitting here, like, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to lose body fat, there has to be a point where you have to tell yourself, no, I can't. I'm not eating this right now because it's not in line with my goals. And we don't like to do that. We don't like to deprive ourselves of things. So that's why we recommend that our members log their food, because then you have something like you eat Doritos every day.
I do, yes.
As part of your meal plan. I mean, you're in a routine right now where your nutrition is so boring right now. You eat literally the same thing every single day. It's been weeks that you've been eating the same thing every day.
Well, it's either my Doritos and steak and cheese, a queso, or a quesadilla.
Yep. Yeah. For lunch. And then you're having your chicken at night.
Yep. My cottage cheese and applesauce.
Right. Yeah. But
that works for me.
Yeah. But you can still eat that stuff if you want. But then there's also a time where you still have to say, I can't, this doesn't fit into my day. I should not be eating a candy bar every single day.
I was talking to a gentleman the other day that he wants to come and join and start with us. And and we were talking about, I can't remember how many kids they have, but they were going out for pizza night on Friday. It was Friday when I was talking to him. And I was like, well, that's okay. Like, if you're going to start Farrell's, we don't want you to disrupt your entire family.
Yeah.
Where your kids are going to be like, oh.
For only 10 weeks.
We got to just eat asparagus and chicken. I'm like, you can take your family out for Friday night pizza. That's fine. Go out and do what you normally do. Just have 1 or 2 pieces.
Yeah.
And let the kids have fun and still enjoy those moments. You just don't have to eat like what I'll do is an entire pizza by yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So it's really just about changing that mindset, and you can really eat whatever you want. It's just portion control. I mean, AJ,
yes and no, because sometimes you have to, if you know that you have an unhealthy relationship with food, a certain food, like I've had to do that before.
Like peanut butter for me.
Chocolate was mine years ago when I gave up chocolate for a year because I was like just almost felt like I was addicted to it, and I was just eating chocolate chips. But I
should give up peanut butter for a year.
No, because then none of us can have peanut butter in the house, because then you'll be a whiner about it. Which, even though I don't even know the last time I ate peanut butter, because I never know if we have any or not. I never know which hill you're on the roller coaster of peanut butter.
It's gone before you even know.
Yeah, or you've told yourself I can't eat peanut butter for a while.
Can't. That's my thing.
You're in an abusive relationship with peanut
Like
butter.
AJ was eating
Candy.
every day.
And he logged it. He
And
made,
he-
yeah,
he
you
logged
can.
it, and he lost 100 and some pounds.
I know. That's why I've had a couple conversations with people over the last couple days with their 5-week testing, and muscle mass goes down a little bit, or things that there's almost always something positive that you can find when people step on the scale, especially with the scale that we use.
But we don't want to find the positive.
I know.
Things.
I
We
know.
want to focus on the negatives.
I know.
Right?
But I've
Like
had a
on-
couple conversations with people, and I'm like, well, how's your nutrition? And then, they'll be like, well, I've been really trying to cut my carbs. And I'm like, who told you to do that? We didn't tell you to do that. Like, you should be doing what these are the numbers we gave you. Those are the numbers you should be following. But I think sometimes people just worry that if they do something different, it's not going to work. So they'd rather keep doing what they're doing that they know doesn't work, because there's safety in that. So I think that I've had a couple conversations with people. I have to remind them, like, no, you do really want to try to get those carbs in. It's okay if your carbs are a little under, if maybe your fat is over a little bit. So I don't know. It's just that it's really hard to help people understand that you should be eating more to change your body composition.
All right. Well, we're going to throw it to break. When we come back, we want to talk about expectations that you have versus your effort to meet those expectations.
Sure.
So, all right, Harrison, throw it to break. We'll be right back on Fitness Fanatics 93.7 The Ticket.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
At Allo, we believe in the exceptional. From extraordinary whole home coverage to super fast speeds, our local teams are always on hand to make sure your service is running at top performance. Let go of lag, banish buffering, and enjoy outstanding service throughout your entire home. We believe in delivering nothing less than exceptional service, so that's exactly what we do. Visit us at allofiber.com to experience the exceptional.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Stop giving your loved one the same chocolates every year and spice it up with the chocolate season. Who wouldn't appreciate handmade chocolate-covered turtles, artisan chocolates, brownies, cheesecake, fudge, caramels, bread pudding, and chocolate-covered strawberries? Should I keep going? Make the day of love special for you and your loved one you cherish the most. Get your one-of-a-kind gift that is for sure to make that person feel ethereal at the chocolate season. Located at 3855 Village Lane, next to the Williamsburg Hy-Vee, or order online at thechocolateseason.com. Get your one-of-a-kind gift today.
You can get diesel anywhere, but what about Atomic Diesel? That comes from Stern. Atomic Diesel is your solution to all your cold weather problems. Prevent clogged fuel filters, increase your fuel economy, and save money with Atomic Diesel. Contact Roger at Stern today by calling 1-800-477-2744 to see how Atomic Diesel and the rest of their line of fuels and lubricants can keep your operation running at max capacity.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Listen up, guys. Valentine's Day is almost here, and it's 3rd and goal, and we need a touchdown, not a field goal. You need a personal florist so you don't drop the ball. And Petal Creations can be the MVP for you this year by helping you impress the lady in your life with a Heart Box of Love display of roses. Trust me on this one, this play call will result in a touchdown. Call Petal Creations today to reserve your flowers at 402-423-6500 or go to petalcreations.com.
Gentlemen, Valentine's Day is just around the corner.
Don't be that guy running to the store for flowers and a card on your way home. Hey, Rick Heyman here from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. We have great Valentine's gifts in store now. And if you spend $99, we'll throw in a free bouquet of a dozen roses. Give her what she really wants this year and let us do the rest. Sartor Heyman Jewelers, your hometown jeweler since 1905 in Lincoln and Grand Island. Online at sartorheyman.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket. The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Monday, February 12th versus the Grand Rapids Rise at the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 5 p.m. with first serve at 6. Make sure to tune in to the next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All righty, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We are live from the annual Nebraska Builders Home and Garden Show at the Sandhills Global Event Center. Admission at the door is $10 for adults or $8 if you bring a non-perishable food item. Kids under 12 years old get in for free. The show is open today until 3 p.m. So like I've been saying, plenty of time to get down here. Check out, there's just hundreds and hundreds of booths out here. Nicole and I, we're going to go kind of meander around and see what's out here. I don't know if we're looking for anything in particular. Maybe I'll see like a magical lint brush that I've bought before.
Yeah.
Show me when I bought that lint brush.
Yes.
I'm impressionable to things
Yes,
too.
you
Like,
are.
oh my gosh, this is incredible. And
Especially
then-
if there's a what's that called? Like a demonstration.
oh, demonstrations are unbelievable. Yeah, you're just like, wow, this
I'm
is
sure
crazy.
there's a lot of demonstrations out here. I also am seeing people with like bags and swag from the. I've seen some
I'll tell ya,
yardsticks, which is a classic.
The serious home show goers, and I know because my previous life
This
before
is
gym
not
owner.
how the segment
No,
was
that's
called,
okay.
but yeah.
In my previous life, is before I was a gym owner, I sold like insulation products for houses, and I would work at these home shows and fairs. And when somebody had a yardstick walking up to our booth, it was like, oh, they're ready to do something. Like they are the serious home show goers.
These yardsticks, I don't know where they're getting them from, but they're
Yardsticks.
red. They're like big red yardsticks.
Now,
out here.
what do we even use a yardstick for anymore? Like
I
what
don't
would
know.
we
What
use
did anyone use a yardstick for?
besides just
Hitting
discipline?
discipline.
Right?
No, my grandma
Oh.
used a wooden spoon.
Well,
a yardstick would have gotten broke in the first swat.
Yardstick, you can reach farther.
That's true.
Right? If the kid's quick, you
I
can just
don't
get out.
know. That's a good question because I've never actually used a yardstick.
So if anybody out there
Measuring
uses
your kids.
a yardstick, well, once they get over 36 inches, though, then the yardstick's no good, right? Unless you're just, we got to mark it and then we'll move it up. So if
I'm just wondering.
if
Yeah.
anybody out there listening,
Harrison, do you know?
yeah, text the show 402-464-5685 because I would love to know what people use yardsticks for.
I don't know.
So go ahead and text us. If we get a text, Harrison will let
Good
us
question.
know. So on to our next subject, expectations versus actions. Because, and I'm guilty of this too. Oh, I want to lose 10 pounds, but do I really do what I need to do?
Yeah. Well, I remember at the beginning of my Farrell's journey, the beginning years. I mean, like I tried to play this game for years where you think, okay, I'm not eating. I know that I'm eating things that aren't going to be conducive to weight loss. I don't want to say bad, but we know
Mhm.
all what we mean when we say bad, because there's not good or bad food. But
Like
food,
eating donuts on your way home from the gym.
yeah,
Like
yes,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
So I know I'm not
Oh,
eating
there's some yardsticks. Should I?
perfectly.
should I go
Yeah,
ask
we do
those
have
people?
some answers from
Oh.
the text line.
Oh yeah, okay. Go
I'm
ahead.
not gonna lie, guys. This is one of the most unique things you want me to Google is the
Well,
purpose
use of
of
the
a
yardstick.
We
purpose
see
of a
there's-
yardstick.
there's
They're
people-
very popular
yeah.
at home shows. So
I
we
see
just
like
wanna
3
know.
of them right now.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they're just nice tools. I mean, it's just like a nice medium length tool that you can click on the fly instead of
Okay.
getting out tape measure for anything that's 3 foot. I mean, Magic says nothing else than marking a straight line. This isn't a big rabbit hole, guys. I don't know.
I love it.
No, but it's a listen, Harrison. You're too young to understand the pull of the yardstick at a home show.
Patrick also says from getting stuff under the fridge. So
Yes,
there you go.
that's
Multi-purpose,
valid.
Okay.
multi-purpose tool.
It could
That's
be
what I
a-
think is what the
it could
answer
be
is.
like a back scratcher if you're desperate and you have a spot you can't quite hit. You get it with the corner of that yardstick. Okay. Anyway.
I mean, I suppose. So we got you can
Hey,
get
I
stuff
don't know.
from
Maybe
under
we
the
need
fridge.
to find. See, there's another red one. Two red ones.
Okay, we got some.
three.
It is a
Three.
bit odd that they're super popular at the Home and Garden Show. Seems like an essential if you have a booth. You need to have a
Jeff and I
yardstick.
did not talk about this ahead of time.
No, this
I
was
brought
all
up the
just
yardstick,
improvised.
and he was bringing it up at the same time. So
We've
it's-
seen 3. There's 3 people now. Nobody's really walked by. Now, if somebody walks by this booth in the next 10 minutes, I will ask them what they're going to use that yardstick for.
We do have a more educated answer. 0022 says
educated.
used to measure fabric. So I guess it's nifty for
Okay.
fabric when you're
Okay.
measuring out fabric.
Okay.
Good. That's good to know.
Okay.
Interesting. But anyway, so back
What
to
were we talking about?
fitness.
Health and wellness?
We're talking
Okay.
about how in my early years
Yes.
of exercise, I would get so mad, but not mad enough to actually change my habits. But I would get so mad that I couldn't not change what I was eating. Like
Mhm.
in my head, there was no reason why I shouldn't be able to eat exactly the same and add 45 minutes of workout exercise to my day and not see results. Like in your head, that makes sense. Like could your results be better could my results be better if I ate better? Yes, but I should see some type of a benefit as far as weight loss by just adding exercise. But the reality is it doesn't work that way. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you can still get benefits from that exercise, but if weight loss is your goal, that something about your nutrition needs to change. Like either you're inconsistent with your calories where you kind of starve yourself, or you eat low calorie for days and days and days and days, and then on the weekends you lose, kind of go off the rails on the weekends. Like the reality is you have to change something.
Yardstick?
Mhm.
All right.
Oh, hold
okay.
on. We
got to ask these people something.
We're live on the air.
We're live on the ticket, and we were wanting to know what people use yardsticks for
because they're such a popular
yes,
home.
Okay. So we got
We
sword
got some
fighting
sword fighting happening
going
right
on.
now, and it's the red one and
Red
the
versus
wooden
a
one.
regular. Yeah, because you see all the yardsticks. So we're trying to figure out what we use yardsticks for. The only thing I could think of
Like,
was
where are you going to put that? You're going to take that yardstick home.
yes, it falls.
Okay, so they said they're going to put it between their fridge and their wall, and then it'll fall, and then it'll just stay there.
Just stay
forever.
there.
Yeah. At least you have a plan for it.
At least there's a plan.
No,
All
it's
right.
it's a very popular home show.
Yeah, we were
item,
just kind of
so-
curious.
Yeah.
Like we see them all over the
But
place.
I
and-
like that's a very good and realistic answer. That you'll put it somewhere and then it'll fall,
Yep.
or you'll just forget it's there. Yeah.
The only thing I could think of was back when I was a little younger. It was
Yeah.
yes, yes, right there. All right. Well, thank you very
Thanks,
much, you guys.
Yep. It's one of those things that you just
Is that just
get.
an item they're giving away like candy out there as
Yes.
yardsticks?
Yes,
We do have a
Harrison.
few texters saying there's multiple booths handing out I did not think that was going to be the hot item at the Home and Garden
It
show.
always
but-
is. It's like currency or something.
Anything that's free.
Yeah, but
is the hot item.
that is a significant, and it's almost like a status. Like I found the yardstick booths.
Well, now the yardstick probably has a business on it.
Oh, 100%. It's advertising.
So we might
yes.
have to go find our yardstick
I know
before we leave
I
today.
We do not have one. that I know of, unless we have one under the fridge, which is possible.
Maybe.
But I feel now that we are missing out. We need to have a yardstick.
All right, so let's go back to, we got a few more minutes
Okay.
left.
Yeah. So
I don't even remember what you're talking about.
I know that's because you're playing the part of me and you're so distracted right now. Your head is literally on a swivel.
I had to ask about the yardstick because
Thank
they walked
goodness.
by us.
Thank goodness your microphone is attached to your face, because you'd be like going in and out the way that you are looking around right now. It's distracting
Well,
me.
if we had some merchandise here, I would be making people do push-ups
I
for
know.
ticket shirts. But
I
we don't
know.
have any, so
It's a busy-
I can't have as much fun as I normally would have.
Anyway. So
yes.
I was talking about how it took me years to finally accept that if I wanted to see changes in the way that I look, I was going to have to change my eating habits. And it's unfortunate because food is delicious and it's everywhere. But here comes the swag when we have.
Okay.
So unfortunately, you do have to kind of make those changes, and we just want you to do it a sustainable way.
All right. Well, our ticket swag has finally arrived, and we're only 20 minutes before going off the air. So maybe we can give some of this stuff away. If you're down at the home and garden show, stop on by. Let's see, we got a few more minutes before we're going to break. So let's keep the conversation going here. I also think.
Can you? Do you have thought in your head? Because
we got more on yardsticks from the text
let's
line.
go. Let's hear from the texters.
It's crazy what a yardstick can do and to stoke a conversation.
Yes, good, good.
From 1,000 unknown texter, my dad always kept the yardstick as a fireplace mantle.
What does that mean?
Apparently, it's a nice piece of art.
It was on the fireplace? Like
yes,
multiple
on the fireplace.
ones or just one?
And then apparently we need to get our own yardsticks, as they ask. We need. Does the ticket have any yardsticks to give out? So
We don't,
that is a
but
no.
that was a missed opportunity.
Hey, t-shirts. That's something I'd probably prefer more over a yardstick, but
Well,
to each
I'll
their
tell you what. You want people to stop
I'm
by
not
your
seeing
booth?
a lot of people carrying T-shirts.
But we are seeing yardsticks all over the place, which are incredible. We're getting texts if the ticket had any yardsticks to hand out. Jake, yardsticks?
For swag?
He's. I mean,
There's lots of stuff happening right now.
Jake just got back from the Super Bowl. He's like, what's this? We're at the Lincoln home show now. All right, well, let's throw it to break, and we can
maybe you can go try to find a yardstick during this break.
we can regroup, and we'll be back. So don't go anywhere. 97 The Ticket, Fitness Fanatics. We're with you for one more segment. We'll be right back.
February is National Pet Dental Health Month. At Parkview Animal Hospital, their skilled doctors and staff can help identify and treat a wide range of dental issues. If your pet is showing signs of bad breath, abnormal chewing or drooling, reduced appetite, or refusal to eat, now is a great time to speak to a member of their team and help get your pet back on track to a healthy lifestyle. Call Parkview Animal Hospital today at 402-423-6939 to learn more about their discounts on dental cleanings, procedures, and hygiene products.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with taco night on Mondays or whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Plains Cover Crop is your one-stop seed shop. Call us now for spring and summer forages, CRP mixes, and fall cover crop blends. We do farm-specific consulting for practical and efficient seed blends to fit your geography and goals. With a very diverse inventory, we will tailor a blend just for you. We're also looking for contract growers, and we buy and sell rye. Find us online at plainscovercrop.com. Timeless agronomy practices paired with modern technology. East Highway 20 in Orchard and across Nebraska.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Hey guys, Jake Sorensen here from Early Break. The garage door at our house has been needing replacement for a couple years, and a few months ago, we finally did something about it. Steve's Garage Doors and Services was great through the whole process in providing options and also going to the next level to get a door that was approved by our HOA. And best of all, the removal of the old door and installation of the new door was done smoothly with no issues. Call Steve's Garage Doors and Services today at 402-480-2840.
The sport of baseball became segregated in 1889. In 1947, Jackie Robinson broke the major league color barrier when he joined the Brooklyn Dodgers.
Certainly baseball has grown considerably, and we're quite proud of the role that we've played in it.
Every year on April 15th, all MLB teams celebrate Jackie Robinson Day to honor this civil rights pioneer. We salute Jackie Robinson during Black History Month.
Are you searching for a helping hand in life? Look no further. Integrated Behavioral Health Services is your answer. They're your compassionate, trusted partners committed to guiding you from challenges to triumphs. Their licensed professionals offer personalized therapy for individuals, couples, and families. At IBHS, the focus is you. Experience a life-changing transformation in an environment tailored to your unique needs. Visit ibhealthservices.com today and take that first step towards a brighter future. Discover the power of healing with Integrated Behavioral Health Services. You're not alone. Let them walk this journey with you.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right. Welcome back in.
I don't know. Well, I told Nick to move it back. So now, are we back, Harrison?
I think so.
Okay.
I can't hear myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're back,
Okay.
guys. Jeff, your headset seems to be a bit turned off. Not sure what happened there.
Well, I don't know. It's messing with some stuff. Hello.
Okay, I think that might be good now. Are you
I
there?
don't think you can hear me. I'm not kind of out.
Are you wearing the wrong headset?
Oh, probably.
Yeah. It wasn't Jake's fault after all.
Hello?
Jeff put the wrong
Okay.
headset on.
So this is the great thing about live. I apologize, Jake. It's not Jake's fault. I put the wrong headset on. There are two headsets that look exactly the same. All
So
right.
we do have a guest for next week.
Yes.
Luckily, we anticipated that this was going to be a little bit of a distraction.
Oh, it would have
So
been a
we pushed our
disaster.
guest off to next week. So we are going to finish this last segment. We're just leaning into the home and garden show.
Yes.
And we're going to continue the yardstick conversation.
Yeah, let's
because
get
it
some
is
more yardstick
there's
text,
some
Harrison.
psychology behind this. I feel like we're missing.
Any more text on the yardsticks?
Yeah,
We
so
got
I mean, we
useful.
got some more. We want more on the yardstick. It is Super Bowl Sunday, so of
go.
course we're talking yardsticks. We got Doug with mesothelioma saying the old guy in my neighborhood used a yardstick to measure the grass in an abandoned yard. Then we got 1,000.
So they could probably
Yeah.
complain to the city.
Yeah, but no, it's extra 1,000 referring to my comments. So now we're getting picky about what we're bringing to these shows. Said yardsticks, everybody has a place for them. So I think there you go.
Topical because we are at the Home and Garden Show, and I mean, you could play. Well, don't play a drinking game, but something. Eat a Skittle every time you see a yardstick, and you'd just be diabetic by the time you left.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a very hot home show item.
Yes, and we're gonna be on the lookout to find these. So
I want one of each,
gonna-
honestly,
yeah, we're
because
gonna be
there's
walking
red
around.
ones and the classic wooden ones that we've seen so far.
Yes.
I would not be able to place if we have a yardstick at home or not. I don't think we do.
I don't think so. So we're gonna have to find them,
Mhm.
and maybe we'll figure out what we can use them for, and we'll report back next week.
I mean, I don't think people use it for anything. I do like the neighbor measuring the grass. We've had neighbors that I would feel like could have
think
done
so.
that before too.
Neighbor across the street that just moved from us.
Or even in Iowa.
Probably, they
Yeah.
probably measure the. Oh yeah, they measure the grass.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, we just have a few more minutes. Let's give our final thoughts on the Super Bowl today. Harrison, final thoughts. on the
Has
Super
anything
Bowl.
changed in the last hour?
Maybe. My mind's probably changed.
No, I'm still going with 49ers as we got about 10 minutes here to
Like,
close.
you want them to win, or you think they're going to win?
I want to, and I also think I think they'll take it away.
Okay.
I'm pretty confident in the 49ers on paper. We talked about that earlier at the first segment. I just think on paper, defensively, you probably give the edge to the 49ers. Run game, you give the edge to the 49ers. Passing game, maybe you give the edge to Kansas City Chiefs just because of Patrick Mahomes, but it's definitely not the wide receivers or the skill players around it. Just every other category, you're probably leaning on the 49ers. The only reason why you would pick the Chiefs is because you're scared of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, maybe Pacheco, and what they've been able to do with just kind of a limited skill roster.
But I do wonder how the Chiefs are used to obviously being in the spotlight,
Mhm.
but with the Super Bowl being in Vegas, doesn't it seem like it's so much more, everything is so much more elevated? So I wonder, I feel like the Chiefs get a little more of that spotlight, and I wonder if that will be enough of a distraction for them that it could be a disadvantage for the Chiefs. I feel like they're, as a team, have probably been more distracted in the last couple days because of all their media attention.
Well, and you got the Taylor Swift factor.
Right, that's a big part of it.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Harrison, what are you
It'll
doing
be
for the
interesting
Super
to
Bowl
see.
today? You going down to Buffalo Wings and Rings, or do you have to work the board, or what do you got going on?
Yeah, as soon as we're all covered here, as soon as I get handed over to the next producer that walks through the door here, should have some time, make a stop, say hello to everybody. We'll have the Super Bowl squares there as well, so everyone can win some prizes. Be sure to hang out with the Ticket Crew Super Bowl party there. We do have one more from the text line I want to get to, though. We can wrap up Fitness Fanatics with some fitness.
Ooh,
Doug
awesome.
with
Nice.
mesothelioma chimes in. He says, "What's your opinion on the 4-hour body slow carb diet? I like some parts of it. It makes perfect sense, but it also counters some common guidelines." He says, quotes, kind of like intermittent fasting.
Yeah, I know that's a Tim Ferriss. I think I think Tim Ferriss is the 4-hour guy. Not too super familiar with his like content, but I would just say my biggest, when you're looking at trying something as far as your health and fitness goes, you really need to ask yourself, is this something that I can do forever? If I'm happy with the results that I get doing this program, am I willing to do this forever to sustain my results? And if it's not something that you can sustain, if the method isn't sustainable, the results won't be either. So that's the question I would want Doug to ask. Doug, himself. Like, yeah, maybe I can see results, but that doesn't do any good if it's not something that you can do long term. So I think that's the number one question anyone should ask themselves when they're looking into or researching a diet or some type of methodology.
And some people can do it long term.
Yeah, some people can. Some people can do keto really long, long term.
Matthew Taylor's
Yeah.
been doing keto for years.
Right. I
And
would
that's
never
his
criticize
lifestyle.
I would never criticize someone for being able to sustain results in a way that I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
but that's me. And that's
'cause
why
we're all different,
Right. That's
right?
why we should find what works for us. But the number one thing is, if the method isn't sustainable, the results won't be either. So I think that's what you need to look at yourself, where you're at in your life. Is this something that I'd be able to do long term? And if you think the answer is yes, then give it a try. Give it a try for a good, 2.5, 3 months to see changes. And then kind of decide from there. That's my advice.
If they are going to really stick with that choice of diet, what are some of the things you would be kind of warning about if they are going to go try that intermittent fasting? Because a lot of people do go ahead and try that. What are, like you said, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but what are some of the dangers you would try to avoid?
So especially with intermittent fasting, I know it works for a lot of people. The red flag of something like that you want to look for is, again, the sustainability, but also sometimes that can lead to like some binge eating tendencies. So if you are trying intermittent fasting and maybe your just work schedule, your life schedule doesn't quite fit into your eating window, and then you find that you're really struggling to find that window, and then once you start to eat, that you're just eating, you know, multiple fast food meals and stuff like that, ask yourself, is this really healthy? So I think that's the biggest red flag with kind of intermittent fasting. And I think it's more so with women than it is with men, because women, we have our 4-week hormonal cycles that, and during that time, there are certain times you're going to crave salty food. You're going to create, you know, sweet food. So I think it's just making sure that you can, it still seems like it's a healthy choice. Like the one diet I would never recommend is the carnivore diet. I do not understand how just eating meat can be healthy for your body. We are omnivores. So that's the one I wouldn't recommend. But I would just say, watch that you're able to still control like your appetite, control your hunger when you're doing something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this question, because this has just been incredibly popular, especially in the fitness world. Ice baths. Where are you guys at on ice baths? Are you all for it, doing that every morning, getting in the ice bath? Or okay, let me hear it.
Well, one of my biggest
for
fears,
me, it's like kind of a fad.
well, and this might not answer the question. One of my biggest fears is like falling in a frozen lake in icy water.
But that could be exposure thrapy.
Well,
you could do that to get rid of your fear. So maybe that would be a valid reason. But so no, I think that I don't agree. If you want to do it, that's fine. I definitely think it's a fad. I've seen people selling like $1,000 cold plunge things, and I always think that's a little bit ridiculous when you can use a bathtub or
just put ice in
whatever.
there.
You could take a cold
Jump
shower.
in there,
But the reality is, when you really think about it, the people who are promoting cold plunges typically live in California, in Florida, places where it's hot all the time. I don't think it's necessary to do a cold plunge in Nebraska in February.
No.
Going outside is a cold plunge. Driving in your car before your car warms up is a cold plunge. We get that exposure to cold that's supposed to build that resiliency. We get that naturally here. So that's kind of my opinion on it. If you like it, I don't think it's harmful. So just if you want to do it, that's fine. I don't think it's harmful. There are new studies coming out right now about cold plunges, though, that it is a hindrance to gaining muscle. So if you're trying to gain muscle, you're trying to build strength, cold plunges are actually starting to come out research that it is a hindrance to building muscle.
Well, at the end of the day, if you want to be healthy, you eat healthy and you exercise.
You move your body.
Yes, you move your body and you eat healthy. That's the
agree,
secret.
especially with cold plunges. Like if you're already not exercising, that 20 minutes that you spend preparing to cold plunge, warming up from your cold plunge,
you can work out.
You should be using that time to work out. That's my opinion. So maybe get the simple stuff down first before you move on to the more complicated faddish. But yeah, cold plunge, I don't know. I have to overcome enough struggles. I don't need to add that to my day.
Yeah, maybe start like what you said. Start with a cold shower before you even invest any money.
Yes,
you know, like
cold
cold shower won't hurt you.
Yeah, and that's been something that's been around forever.
Mhm.
Like even just before you get out of the shower, take a normal shower and then spend the last 3 minutes blasting under cold water. I think that's just enough shock to your system. I don't think it's really necessary. But again, if you're already, if it helps you, it could help people with joint pain, just the way ice does. And I mean, the NFL and sports teams have used it for a long time. So it has its benefits, but I just don't think it's something that should be the first thing that you're focusing on.
I don't think we're NFL players.
Right. We're not.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't think we're not out on the field.
We're not on that level.
Abusing our
elite
body
level.
to where we need to be jumping in an ice bath for
I
recovery.
agree.
So
So again, I'm not against it. I just don't think it's going to cure everything. I don't think it's going to be the one thing that changes everything about your health and wellness.
Yeah,
So,
I like
try
that too. Every time you hop in your car in the winter here in Nebraska, you're getting a cold plunge right then and there.
Drive with the window
but
down.
it's really true. It's a true story. Like that is part of it. It's just building that resiliency from your body to be able to handle that cold. And so we already do that naturally here in the Midwest.
Absolutely. Well said. Well, we do have to go ahead and wrap things up here, but don't go anywhere. We have the Breeze up next. That's the DP and Haas as always. Then we'll have the Nico Project, Bill's Thrills, and then we'll be back to our normal programming. But nonetheless, we got the outro music going.
Thanks,
Jeff,
Harrison.
Nicole, get us out of here.
All right. Well, we're going to go
get our yardsticks.
We're going to go find a yardstick. We do have a guest, so we've had 3 weeks of just us. So now we're going to talk. We have a guest next week in studio. So we'll be see you next week. Oh, somebody's handing us
They're
a
right
yardstick.
behind us. All right, we got one. The red
Woods-
one. We got
Woods
the big red
Brothers Realty
All right,
yardstick.
let's
Thank
go.
you very much.